And I went in and put it on the calendar and put this.
You're less windy when you get older.
Wow, good afternoon, folks. Not very many people here today. I did take a shower this morning. Oh, well, maybe it's you. Anyway, good morning. Good afternoon, and welcome to the open council meeting. Hi. First order of business will be the minutes of the previous open council meeting, which we held on 26 March this year, a month ago. And have been posted up on the bulletin board across from the mailboxes. Thank you. I knew it was across from something. Hope you've had a chance to look at them. Yes, ma'am. I beg your pardon? Yeah, go look at the bulletin board. Yes, there is. It's on the bulletin board. Wait a while. Only one at a time, please. The minutes have been posted on there for almost a month. You would have much opportunity to do so. It was voted on at our last meeting if that was okay with the residents. There was a vote. It was a very high percentage said no, this is fine, and that's where it'll be. Okay, well, that's fine. I can show it to you in the minutes if you like. It's in there. It's written. Hang on. Well, okay. Don't breathe or move. The minutes, 26 minutes. Where was it? In here somewhere. I got the wrong one. Well, this year was from the last one. Hang on. Would you please hold your tongue? Thank you. All right, it's not in here. Don't breathe or move. Did you find it?
No.
Let me go back one more. That's in there because I read it. Open meeting. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you what. I'm not going to stand here for 5 minutes and find it for you. I will have the minutes read, Marge. Hang on, from our last meeting, but I will find it because it's in here, and then we'll go from there. So, Marge, if you will please read the minutes from last meeting. While you're doing that, I'm going to peruse these.
Okay, this is minutes of the open resident council meeting on March 26th. The meeting was called to order at 2 p.m. by a president or a benedict. All members of the resident council were present, plus an additional 28 residents. The minutes of the meeting of February 26th were approved as displayed on the council bulletin board in Second Adam. Diane Swing reported that the balance of the Employee Appreciation Fund is $9,409. Contributions for the month were as follows. Resident withholdings $1,560, boxes, $20, coin jar, $43, gift store, $35, for a total of $1,658. Our chairman reported that the budget committee will soon be reinstated as work on the 2026 capital budget will commence shortly. Orin thanked all residents who are currently supporting the Employee Appreciation Fund through their monthly donations, contributions in the donation box, and with their change in the jar in the general store. Susie House requested clarification on the question of patient advocacy, especially in skilled nursing facilities. The information presented to the resident council has been reviewed and our recommendations were presented to the administration. It was suggested to Susie that this item now be brought to the floor at a regular town hall meeting following the open council meeting. Oren reminded everyone of the yard sale set for May 21st, 2025, and encouraged all residents to begin gathering items for donation and making appointments with the facilities to have them picked up. There being no further business, the meeting was adjourned at 2:30 p.m.
Are there any corrections or questions on the minutes from the previous open council meeting? There being none, they are accepted as read. Susie, as to your question, we will have that vote this afternoon, or within the hour, within the half hour. But moving on, the treasurer's report, please.
Thank you. Oh, for the home withholdings, $1,000. From the hall box, $11. From the jar, $70. And from the gift shop, $28. The total was $1,109, which brings our total up to, to this point in the year, $10,519. As you notice, it is higher because we did do some catching up, but the amount that actually came in this month dropped by $657 from what we took in last month.
You're supposed to ask if they have any questions. Go ahead.
Diane,
Sure, go ahead.
you can do that.
Anybody have any questions or comments, corrections on the treasurer's report? Can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report? Okay, a second. All in favor of accepting it, say aye. Opposed, no? Accepted. There we go. All right, committee reports. The grounds committee will be meeting next month on the 15th of May, and that will be prior to the open council meeting. Budget committee, Diane, do you have that information?
Not the budget, I have the building.
Okay, well, would you give the building committee, please?
The minutes, the building committee meetings for April 10th, 2025. The meeting came to order at 10 a.m. Members present were Jeff Kahulik, Bruce Rigg, Diane Swing, and Ken McMillan. The following topics were discussed. The dinner room blinds are due to be replaced on April 17th. They will not be motorized. The drapes in the auditorium will be included in the 2026 capital budget proposal. The flickering lights in the dining room is still flickering. A work order has been placed for repair. The flooring project in the Adams building is tentatively scheduled for startup May 5th. The downtime for the elevators in the head building is not mechanical. The south elevator has been tested for weight control and found to be okay. The north elevator situation was caused by a small piece of equipment that broke off during transportation of equipment. Both elevators are now working. Window washing is scheduled to begin the last week of May. Painting the Seminoff Center will once again be included in the 2026 capital budget proposal. Additional staffing for maintenance personnel was discussed. There is a need for more janitorial and housekeeping staff on the weekends. Adams parking lot staff are still parking in the visitor spaces. Ken has been sending pictures of the vehicle license plates to Jeff for who forwards them to Michelle for action. The outdoor degree site is to be relocated to a location yet to be determined. The solar project has been approved and pre-construction will begin at the date yet to be determined. Ken announced that he was resigning from this committee for personal and health reasons. He has also stepped down for the resident council for like
I will
reasons.
deal with that in a minute.
You put it in the minutes.
I don't care.
Diane Swing was offered to replace him in the building committee. The next meeting will take place on Thursday, May 8th, 2025, and 10 a.m. in the North Conference Room, Ken McMillan.
Any comments or questions on the report from the building committee? No. Ken McMillan is our representative to the Board of Trustees, and he's not here, so I don't know what to say about that. So much for committee reports. Old business. The only thing we have under old business is the garage sale next month, 21 May. And we need two things from the residents. We need donations for that sale, and we need people to make purchases. And that money does go 100% to the EAF fund. So it's a good deal. You get rid of your junk and somebody finds a really neat treasure. You got anything on the EAF fund? Yes, ma'am. Not before the sale, no.
On the 20th, yes.
Yes, on the 20th, day before the sale, yes. So anyway, garage sale. New business. Well, one thing I can't deal with is saying that there's something in the minutes and it's not there. Well, I can't find it, she can't find it. I don't know what I heard, maybe I dreamed it. But let's talk about the minutes. Right now, the President Council open meeting only has 30 minutes. And if we can save some time on that, we can deal with more with your issues and your concerns. However, it's your choice. The minutes are yours to be read and understood. So I would like to have a vote, even though it wasn't whatever, on is it okay to have the secretary post the minutes of the open council meeting on the bulletin board? Well, they're going to be there anyway. And not have them actually physically read at this council meeting, which takes up a portion of our time that we don't really need. I won't say we don't need. We need to save some time where we can, and I think this would be one of them. So the question to you is, I would like you to vote yes or no on, is it okay to leave the minutes on the bulletin board for everybody to see and not read them at the council meeting, i.e. today, which we just had?
Say all in favor.
Would you mind if I ran the meeting, please? Thank you.
Run it.
And I just want to make sure we understand what we're voting on. So, if you are in favor of having them listed on the bulletin board only and not read, please signify by saying aye. Okay? If you would rather have them read, is that what I said? I wasn't even listening. Okay. If you would like to have them read at the council meeting, on each meeting, signify by saying no.
No.
Okay. Do I?
No.
Hang on. Let me just make sure I understood what you want. You want them to have them read every time. Is that correct? All right, we'll do that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, both will happen. They're not going to come down from the bulletin board. So you got two ways of finding out what the minutes are. Anyway, so thank you, Susie, for bringing that up. I know I've seen it somewhere in writing, and maybe it was in my dream, so I don't know. Apparently it's not. My apologies. Also under new business is, what's her name over here? Thank you. Unfortunately, I got a letter from Ken McMillan. It was addressed to me, so therefore that's why it's not being read by the secretary. It was addressed to me, and I regret that I received a letter of resignation effective 30 April from Ken McMillan, resigning from the Residents' Council and also resigning from the Building Committee. I provided a copy of that letter to each member of the council, and I asked them to consider how we're going to deal with this loss. And so I'm going to have a special council meeting. That's a different one. Yeah. Anyway, what I asked the council to, oh yes, right, we did. Thank you. I got another one coming. All right, let me back up a minute, see if I can get this under control. I provided a copy of a letter to the 6 council members and asked each one of them to consider one of 3 ways that we can deal with as far as the loss of Ken from the council. I asked each member, should we have a special election to fill Ken's vacancy, the vacancy left by Ken? Should we have a special election to fill the remainder of Ken's term? Secondly, should we leave the seat vacant until the next regular election of officers for the council? Thirdly, should the council appoint a resident to fill the vacant seat until September, which is like 6 months from now, 5 or 6 months from now? And it was the council's opinion that by the time we put together a special election, that would take a month or 2 or 3, I don't know. But then right after that, we're going to have a regular election. So that was really a non-starter. We're not going to have an election. And the council talked about what to do, and it was a unanimous decision. That's where I heard unanimous. Maybe that was it. I don't know. That the council appoint a replacement for Ken. And we asked the council members to come to the special meeting with the names of 2 or 3 people that they thought might be a good fit for this last 5 or 6 months. And we had more than one name brought forward. And it was unanimously voted to appoint for the remainder of Ken McMillan's term, 5 or 6 months, Ralph McNitt. And he has accepted. And so he will be sitting in the chair of Ken. He will join the council as of 1 May, which is the expiration of Ken's, when Ken is not here. I don't know why he's not here. He's a member of the board. But if you don't know Ralph, that's Ralph. Ralph, stand up and take a bow. Tell everybody who you are.
Most of you know me.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
we're welcome to, happy to have you, Ralph.
I'll do the best I can.
That's all anybody asks. Yes, Don. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Will who be? No, he will not. The Board of Trustees, Ken has agreed to stay on until the next election in that position. So he will attend the Board of Trustees. He will give a written report or verbal report to the council, and that will be conveyed then to you folks.
If the situation should ever come up again and someone resigns from the position of being the representative, should we not have a policy in place so that we don't have to go through this discussion and this and everything? Shouldn't it just be something that's automatic?
I'm sorry? Sure.
Yeah, is it in the bylaws somewhere?
It is. It is there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I knew it was too, but I couldn't. I stepped on my, anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Anybody else on the resignation? Bylaws are written, they're on the bulletin board. Please help yourself. Anybody else? No, I have a copy. I'm not going to tell you. I only have 8 minutes left of this, and I still got a lot of my agenda to do. So no, I am not. Anybody else? Okay, moving on. Does anybody here have something they want to bring up under new business? Something we haven't talked about? No. All right. Under old business, or more under new business I'm going to start making kind of a report to you guys about things that are here that are available to you. You might call them volunteer things, but I'm not trying to find volunteers for anything. But I have a list of things that where the residents are primarily the movers and shakers of the activities that are out there. And I'm going to pick one or two. In this case, I'm only going to pick one because of time. And I want to tell you something that you may or may not know or forgot. I found out something about the gift shop, or the new to you shop, that I didn't know. No, it's a gift shop. I got 2 of them down there, but I only get to read one. Okay, new to you shop on the lower level. It's open 9 to 11 on Mondays, 1 to 4 on Thursdays. The items there are made available for all residents. Residents only. Additionally, the new to you shop has some high value jewelry in their shop, and it is not for sale. But sometimes they found out that mostly the women, but some of the men, if they have a special occasion that they're going to go to and they would really like to dress up and be nice, they can check out some really nice jewelry and wear it or have it for several days. And that's out there. And I didn't even know it was, but it is. Home staff, friends, family, or anything like that cannot receive anything from the new to you shop. And it's requested that you don't take your friend in there and they, oh, I like that, that'll fit me just fine, and then have the resident get it for them. That's not what the new to you shop is for. That is strictly for you guys. So anyway, that's what I would have to say about the new to you shop. And I'm not going to go with the other one because it might take a while.
1 hour.
I got these numbers from Ginger, 2 days ago.
Give you the right.
Okay, please say again. What are the current hours?
9 to 12 and 1 to 4.
That's what I put out, 9 to 12 and 1 to 4.
Oh, I stand corrected.
No, I'm standing corrected.
No, you said it right, but I thought you said 9 to 11.
No, I said, I think, well, I might have said it, but it's Monday. 9 to 11 on Mondays.
No, 9 to 12. Gotcha.
Would anybody like to come up here and do this? I can't even read my own writing. 9 to 12 on Monday, 1 to 4 on Thursday. Anyway, they got fine jewelry down there, they tell me. Anyway, that's about it for today. Anybody have any more ideas, suggestions, good ideas? And the whole crowd filled in here. I'm impressed. Yes, ma'am.
Who do we talk to about the microphone situation in the chapel? Apparently
In the
on Easter
chapel?
Sunday, the mic was not working and people could not hear the service. The microphone for the piano and the organ was working, and apparently the microphone at the pulpit was not working, or at least people couldn't hear, had to raise the volume on their TV up as far as it would go, and then they could barely hear what was being said and what was being read.
On their TV?
The people who were watching the TV, the church service
Oh, okay.
on I-15 or 1-15,
Well, I
they
guess
weren't able to hear anything at all.
I'll just guess because I don't know the actual answer. But my guess is they would go to the,
IT?
I don't know whether to say
Because
facilities
it's the
or.
chapel, it's not the home.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Well, then I'm glad I brought it up.
Anybody have any ideas on where is the appropriate place to go because the chapel electronics is not working?
Look at your left.
The question should be asked where? Good point. Yes, would you do that? Yeah, honestly, I don't know the answer to it. I would hope so. So I guess that's the answer. Talk to Chaplain Joel. But bring it up at the town hall, by all means.
Said he was going to work on it in his spare time in the last few days.
You're talking about Chaplain Joel?
Yeah,
Okay.
he knew his problem and he was going to fix it.
Mhm. Well, hopefully then that's going to take care of it.
What he told me.
All right. Appreciate that. Thank you. That's all I got. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All right. All in favor, so say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Our next meeting will be 28 May 2025 at 2 p.m. right here. Meeting is adjourned at 2:29. 2:29.
We're gonna get settled. We're gonna get settled and get ready to go in just a few minutes. Have a lot of updates to give. No questions. Okay, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to let you know we have a few missing people up at the front. Luz had a small emergency this morning. She will not be here. And Jeff was on his way over here, but he had a small emergency as well and he needed to leave. So we have a few updates that I will give. I will do my best. I got notes as Jeff walked out. He says, here you go. So bear with me a little bit. And we do thank the managers that are able to come to town hall and listen to how we do this. Anyways, thank you everybody for being here. Before we begin with the manager updates, I do have a couple of things that I need to bring up. I have heard it from many of you that the brunch on Sunday, first one thing, it was good. Second of all, it didn't go as expected because, again, my apologies. I talked to the dietary team, and what they didn't do is they didn't advertise this as well as they should have done because there were some things. In every month, we have a brunch, and every month, everything goes well. We have 3 brunches during the year that are very, very heavy, and we have lots of visitors, lots of guests, and that is Easter, Mother's Day brunch, and Thanksgiving brunch. We have lots of visitors. When that happens, normally Dietary puts out a sign up sheet for appointments or reservations. I don't want to say appointments for reservations, and you sign up and you reserve because we have 2 different seatings in order to allow everybody and their family members or their visitors to have a great brunch. This time, they did not put the flyers or the how to go about your reservations in your mailboxes. They didn't do that. They put the sign up sheet or the reservation sheet in the dining room somewhere. I don't know if it was outside or if it was inside. So I did talk to dietary. We also had some new staff members that were not sure of how it normally is done. And again, this was one of the heavy ones for Easter. So please, my apologies for that. The team, I spoke to the team, the dietary team, and they're very apologetic of the snafu. And I heard from a lot of you who didn't have a great experience. And I get it because I would have been very upset, fuming, because I live here, I come to have my brunch, and they tell me you have 15 minutes or you need to go because you didn't sign up and la 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 la. And it wasn't done in a very nice manner. So I do apologize for that. The dietary team has been talked to about that, and hopefully it will not happen again. We will have better communication next time. But like I said, I wanted to bring that up right away because I know that was very important for a lot of you that had this happen. So that said, we are there. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is the flooring project. Okay, and we're going to wait for at the end of the meeting, at the end of town hall, for any questions, unless it's absolutely necessary. The flooring project is going to start on May 5th, a couple of weeks from now. We start on 5th Adams, as we talked to you before. It's going to be a very slow process. We're going to do 2 residents at a time. For each week, there's going to be 2 residents at a time. So once we get everything, it looks like things are working well and the whole team is working together well. If we can do 3, or 4, then we will do that. But everybody should know ahead of time. For instance, tomorrow I will be sending out 2 notices for the first 2 people in Adams' 5th floor that will be moving to the guest rooms until for a week until their room is completely done. So that's what I'll be doing next week. Um, the gate, the front gate is being worked on. When we met last for fireside chat, it had just happened. I came back from vacation and it's being worked on. It should be done within, hopefully by the end of this week, if not by the beginning of next. So that should be completed, but just again, I assure you, we have the 3rd shift there. So everybody is safe. So I just wanted you to know that, and that's coming along just fine. The other thing we had was the another issue or concern that we had is the blinds in the dining room. Okay, the blinds in the dining room have been. Let me hold on a little bit. I think that I hear a lot of talking, and some residents can't hear well. Okay, thank you. The blinds in the dining room, I have heard concerns that staff need to not pull them all the way to the top. What's happening is they're being pulled all the way to the top, and then bringing them down is a little bit difficult. So what I have asked the dietary team is to talk to the servers, and if they need to bring it up, enough, but to leave a little bit so we don't break them. One of them broke already, and they are going to have the vendor, Jeff is having the vendor come on out and fix that blind. So we need to, before we had the electrical ones or the remote control ones, and people were having difficulties because sometimes they're not working, sometimes they are. And so this way, I thought it would be better just to have common, regular, the kind you flip up and you bring down, that way you know where you want them. I've also heard that they're too dark, they're too light, that, that's not the color we wanted. Unfortunately, as you know, when you have 200 residents and to have everybody sort of coincide to the same type, the same kind, the same color, these were brought up to the building committee, So they were aware. And again, if you want to be part of these decisions, or at least to be in the know, come to these committees, join the committees. You can't say, well, this is a terrible color, or this is not what we wanted, but you're not part of these groups. So we are going to get the ones fixed. The dietary team knows that we are going to be training the servers to make sure that if you ask them to bring it down, to bring it up, or however you want, that they know to treat those blinds carefully. Because, even in my home, I have blinds. And of course, if I'm going to be, putting it all the way to the top and really, really hard, things are bound to break. So we need to treat them well in order for them to last a little bit longer. Okay. This at the end. I will catch you at the end. Okay. Keep that in mind. Keep your question. The other thing I wanted to bring up is the animals in-house. We have pets, we have cats, we have dogs, and the policy says you have to be able to take care of your animal. You need to be able to care for your animal. You need to be independent enough to take care of your animal. However, we recently had an issue where a resident needed to go to the doctor and ask a neighbor friend to take care of the dog while they were to the doctor. That's permissible. That's okay. You can say, hey, Charlotte, can you take care of my puppy? Well, I'll be back. I'll be back in a couple of hours. That's fine. There's no problem there. The problem lies when a resident needs to go to the hospital or has a medical emergency. then we have to call, we can't leave it to Charlotte to take care of my dog. Then we have to call the responsible person to take care of that animal to come and pick it up. And the policy says if we don't find that person, if we can't get a hold of that person, then we need to take the pet to a doggy hotel or a cat hotel or whatever we need to do in order to provide them with care. Um, if you have a friend and your friend says, you know what, I want to walk your dog outside for a little while. Can I do that? That is okay. What is not okay, if I see your friend taking your dog out morning, noon, and night to do its business outside, because then you're not the one caring for the dog. You have somebody else taking care of the dog, and that's not fair to the animal, and it's not fair to your friend that is trying to do a good, a good deed for you. So I just wanted to clarify that, because there was a lot of, what do you mean? I'm only going to the doctor for a couple hours. I have to get the POA to come and take care of the dog. That's permissible. Again, we don't want to take advantage of people. We want to be able to do this in a good, mature way that people can take care of animals on your behalf for a little while, but not take advantage of a good friend. Okay. Luz has asked me to, this is Luz's update. The update she has is not to remind you that May 3rd, Saturday, May 3rd at 1:30, the active living planning meeting is here in the auditorium, and she will be going over May events and outings. And she really, really appreciates if those of you who are interested in going places and doing things to come to the auditorium at that time, because what I hear is, oh, I'm not going there because the same people that it's only what they want to do. Well, if I'm not here, they're not going to do what I want to do. They're going to do what whoever is in that meeting wants to do. So it's important that you join in, participate. It makes things a lot easier for Luz. She works really hard. Luz and her team, Justin is back there. They work really hard to make sure that the outings go, that the trips go. And I know that you want to go to plays and theaters and all these things, and it takes time to have those outings done well. And so we want your participation. That way she knows which ones are the most areas that or plays or activities that you would like to do. So please come at 1:30 on May 3rd here in the auditorium for the active living planning meeting. Okay. I had one more thing, but I looked that way and it went off my head. I will get back to it. Hopefully I'll remember, but I'm going to go ahead and start with our team up here. Remember to hold your questions till the end. And I have Jody.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Jody. I'm with the Masonic Center for Youth and Families. I'm the program manager, so please say hi when you see me around. Hi. So a couple outreach updates in our Covina office, in our Covina clinic. Our senior director, Lisa Goodwin, she attended and was a guest speaker for our Youth Orders Info Night. So I'm sure this is a room full of Demole and Job's Daughters and Rainbow Girls. And so MCYF was a guest speaker in talking at Lodge 37 a couple weeks back. Lisa also was a keynote speaker down at our skilled nursing at Citrus Heights in Southern California at Covina. And she spoke to a room full of about 60 healthcare partners and talked about the wonderful work that Masonic Center for Youth and Families is doing. And so really highlighted that work. Up here at our clinic here in Union City, we were very excited to receive from Habitat for Humanities a playhouse, which, if some of you might be familiar with this program, different community partners throughout the Bay Area come together and they donate to nonprofits that serve children, like MCYF, a custom-made playhouse. And so that will be being put together in the next week or two. And so please stop by to see the beautiful hand-painted playhouse that is for the children that will come to our clinic. And also, if you have family or grandchildren, please come up there and enjoy the sun and use the space. And we're very excited for the third year in a row to have our wellness fair here on the patio on Tuesday, May 13th. It's going to be from 11 to 3. And so this will also be with our Acacia Creek neighbors, and we'll have a number of our clinicians out there. In fact, all of our Union City clinicians and our Union City team will be out there with the different stations. We'll have some groups that will be breakout groups from exercise chair movement facilitated by Antonio. Our clinician Alex Weinstein will be hosting a group, a tea ceremony in the, I say executive library, but the one with main library. So that'll take place that day. And so more information to come within the next week of how that afternoon will unfold. So looking forward to seeing you all there. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So, would you like to come up?
Thanks, Olivia. Hey, everybody. I'm Saul. I'm the Director of Masonic Assistance and Outreach with Masonic Outreach Services. Here to give you an update on everything that MOS is doing out in the community. I have lots of great updates today. The first is really exciting for everyone on the team, but especially me. We have a brand new staff member, brand new team member. Her name is Tiffany Lazoya. Tiffany is here. She's wave at you guys. Please, join me in welcoming Tiffany. Tiffany is the new manager of outreach and education. And so when I talk about, all the presentations that we're doing, all of the trainings we do where we train volunteer members and their families to do outreach in their local lodges, that's now Tiffany's program. We also have Masters of Social Work students who will work with some of our clients on the Masonic Outreach Services program. And so Tiffany's overseeing that program as well. So we're super excited to have Tiffany join the team. MOS is busier than I think we've ever been, or at least since I joined the team. We're serving, in March, we served 312 clients across all our programs. So every time I come up here and I'm like, oh, it's 260, 280. Well, it keeps growing. The caseloads have really grown for our care managers. We have 7 care managers spread out throughout the state. And so some of them have like well over 50 clients that they're serving right now. So it's a busy time for our care management program. And it's a really busy time for Lodge Outreach because we've had more requests for presentations than we've had since I started. So to give you an idea of what that looks like, we did 25 presentations last year at lodges. This year, we've already scheduled or completed 26. And in between April, May, and June, we have 16 that we're doing. So the team has come together. It's truly a team effort because everybody's super busy, and then we're asking folks to go out into the community sometimes to drive significant distances to get to lodges. So we just completed several presentations. So we were on April 1st at Palm Springs Lodge, number 693. On April 5th at Pilares Del Rey Solomon, number 886. April 9th, John Heisner Lodge, number 44. April 19th, Vista Lodge, number 687. And then for upcoming presentations, we have one more in April. That's on April 26th at Channel Islands Lodge, number 214. And then we have several in May. We have on May 3rd, we'll be at Table Mountain, number 124. We're at San Marino Lodge, number 408 on May 5th. May 14th, we're at Harding San Juan, number 579. On May 14th, also on May 14th, different staff member, we'll be at Liberal Arts Lodge, number 677. We're at the Sacramento Scottish Rite on May 20th, and then Solomon's Staircase, number 357 on May 29th. So yeah, we're out there right now. We also are about to start the next round of our lodge outreach meetings, and that's where we meet with our volunteers and provide trainings. And so we have 2 trainings coming up in May. One will be for Division 5, which is the Central Coast. That's at Carpinteria Lodge, number 444. And then will be for Division 9, which is the San Diego area, at East San Diego Lodge, number 561, on May 24th. And this training will be all about getting the word out about Masonic assistance. So how our volunteers can spread the word in their lodges about Masonic homes, Masonic outreach services, Masonic Center for Youth and Families. And then we're at the leadership retreat. So we were just at the last 2, Orange County on April 5th, San Ramon on April 12th, and then we'll be in Tahoe with a number of other staff members May 10th, and then Indian Wells on May 17th. That's what we're doing right now. Thanks, everybody.
They are busy, very busy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring Jeff up here to give his update. I had just told him that you weren't going to do the update, but here he is.
Good afternoon. Jeff Kralik, Assistant Facilities Director. I have to say this, you ever heard the saying, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. Every month I sit over here, and I'm a real nervous speaker. So as time goes on, the more people that speaks, I sit over there and get more nervous and more nervous. So last month I thought, I'm going to get it this time. I'm going to sit over here. Look what she did. She switched me up, switched it up. Can't win for losing. Anyway, I don't have very many announcements. The planter boxes in Second Adams Garden, they're finishing them up. So I hear they look good. I didn't go out there today, but I will go out there in the morning. The 5 room renovations, they are now fully complete. I had to redo a shower in South 407, so it got completed yesterday. So we have to do a final cleaning in there, and then we're good to go. Soledad done mentioned the front gate is expected to be completed by Monday evening. The new carpet in the auditorium and first sedan will start the first week of June. And our favorite thing, window washing, is scheduled to start the last week of May. So as it gets closer to time, we'll send out a reminder announcement and also reminder to try to clear your windows the best that you can. And lastly, the first week of May, we're going to start the front desk. We're going to make it a little more ADA compliant. We're going to cut part down so people in their power chairs, it's much better for them. So that's scheduled to kick off the first week of May. They're going to cut it, and then they'll have to order the counters. So probably a week and a half after that, they'll come put the counter on, but it'll still be usable that whole time. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm going to go ahead and ask Cynthia to come up and give us her updates.
Good afternoon. I'm Cynthia Cruz. I'm the administrator at Lorber Skilled Nursing Facility. I don't have much announcements here, but one big announcement that we have on April 1st, the Alameda County discontinued mandatory mask wearing for all the staff. So none of the staff, some of the staff are still wearing it, like me. Some are not. It's optional now. It is optional for all visitors. We do provide some masks still at both entrances, but for staff, if you see the staff wearing masks, that's okay because it's not required anymore. The residents, they still continue to do the weekly outings to different various restaurants and other places. So they're making use of the nice weather. They also have come here to the main dining room for lunch a few times. Maybe you've seen them, but it's a nice outing for some residents to just get out of Lorber and go to a restaurant and eat. So last Saturday, they celebrated Holi with some delicious Indian sweets and mango lassi. They also had Naimi Shastri San Ramon Children's Dance Studio that came and performed over there. In May, they are going to have a trip to the School for the Blind for a spring concert. They also are going to have a Memorial Week band performance, and of course, Cinco de Mayo next week. And that's about all that I have. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to call over Maribel from Finance to come and give us an update.
Thank you, Soledad. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Maribel Kopsamik. I'm the VP Finance and Controller for Masons of California. I mentioned Masons of California because you may be wondering why we have two controllers. So Mindalin is a division controller responsible for Masonic Homes and Acacia Creek accounting operation. I am basically, I supervise Mindalin. I am responsible not only for Masonic homes, but also for other Masonic entities like the Nob Hill, the California Masonic Temple, the Foundation, and the Grand Lodge of California, plus the almost 430 subordinate organizations. So that's basically, I'm the like corporate controller. Okay, so on April 3rd, we received a memo from our CFO regarding the changes to our medical billing here in our UC accounting. We have reorganized the UC finance. We have a new UC organizational chart. If you need a copy of this organizational chart, let us know. We have a copy at the back, so you can get one. We have changed the responsibility for processing and managing your medical reimbursement claim and request for payment. This process is now being handled by Catherine Besas, our resident accountant, and also our resident banker, under the supervision of Jocelyn Misa. This change is part of our ongoing effort to streamline and the UC finance administrative processes. Residents who needs assistance with their medical claims or reimbursement, please check with or inquire with Catherine, with Jocelyn, or with Mendalin Soriano. Again, this is part of our to streamline and to improve efficiency with regards to handling resident accounting. So if you have any questions, once you talk to Kathy about your home account, you can also inquire about your medical claims if you have any medical claims that's still pending. Thank you. I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to call on Kate to come up and give us the dietary update. Come on up, Kate.
Hello, everyone. Good to see everyone here. Again, my name is Kate. I'm the dining room manager. Just kind of reading off. Hopefully, it's gonna help you guys what we have here because May is pretty busy. So for the first May event that we have is on May 2nd. It's at 11 a.m. It's the Cinco de Mayo. That's gonna be here in the auditorium. These are open for resident guests and employees. And the second one would be May 11. That's gonna be at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This one is gonna be the Mother's Day brunch. And this one is also with, if you guys have guests, we are accepting reservation and we're gonna be doing the first and second seating, but this one is gonna be more organized. I heard about everything about what happened last time. So that's gonna be in the dining room, and I will be sending flyers on Friday for you guys. I'm gonna put question and answers over there. In that way, the possible questions that you have and the answer for that question. In that way, you guys are, if you have few questions about the seatings, it's gonna be there. Okay. And then if you have more question that is not on that flyer that I'm gonna be giving you guys, you can come up to me. You can come up to me, or you can yeah, you can come up to me, or yeah, or you can call me. I'll give you guys my extension as well when I give the flyers. Okay. And then on May 14, 2025, we have Dining Services Committee on Second Adams Building, and that's gonna be only for members. On May 23rd, 2025, we have Memorial Day Barbecue, and that's going to be also in auditorium or patio if we have a very nice day. Hopefully, we have nice day already. That's May 23rd. It's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the last one will be on May 29, 2 p.m. That's the food forum, and it's gonna be here in the auditorium, first floor. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kate. Before I open it up to questions, I do have a couple of things as I was writing to make sure I don't forget anything. Someone brought up to my attention in the dining room, there's a table, there's a couple of tables near the exit doors on the back. Those are emergency exit doors, and we would appreciate, we took the sign up, the sign was done very beautifully, put on the table that says, if you have a power chair, or a scooter, this is, don't sit here, because if we have an emergency, we need to let people out through those doors. We remove the sign because it's really important that, we, again, a lot of people say, put a sign here, put a sign there, put a sign there. This is your home, and I don't think in your home you want to have all these signs. What we want to do is educate everybody and say, this is the spot. And we've also talked to the servers. And if, I come in with my scooter or my power chair, I'm going to say, you know what? One of the servers can tell me, Mrs. Martinez, don't sit here, because this is a area for that power chairs or scooters should not be parked. And, that's what we want to do. So make sure that I don't want to I don't want to hear anybody saying, well, they kicked me out of this spot because of this. Yes, it's only two areas in the back of those tables. And if a server or Kate, somebody comes to you and says, don't sit there. Well, you can choose any other place. It's for that reason. It's not that they don't want you to sit there. It's because that's an exit door, and it would make it so much easier in case of an emergency. So I wanted to bring that up. And then I also wanted to bring up, who was here on Saturday for the 175 event? Yes. How was that, huh? Yes, yes. I think everybody enjoyed that the Grandmaster was here, and some of the Grandmaster's officers were here, the wives, and I think it went very well. Instead of having the message from the Grandmaster on the video, we had it directly from him. So I think it was a very wonderful event. It was off the plane and in and coming back to the home right away, because that was important. We had some very nice gifts that they brought to all of you, and some of you weren't there. So if you want to stop by the back, Marisol has the basket with those souvenirs that they have for all of you. If you want to stop by and pick one up, that would be great. The other reminder that I have is on May 8th, we have two events here, and you need to be aware. So in the morning on May 8th, we have a UCPD meeting with many people. I believe there's about 70, Jen, or less? 30? 30. Oh, see, I went overboard. So there's about 30 UCPD coming. You know, the Union City Police Department is coming. Union City Police Department coming over to the seminar for a meeting. That's on May 8th in the morning. In that evening, we have a event here in the auditorium and outside for the TRICED. That's the Union City Recycling company in Union City, and we will be having, just like we did last year, the Union City Police Department had their annual gala here. The TRICED, our TRICED is going to be having their annual event here. This is only a one time. We decided, yes, we will let them come and have their event here as a good community, good neighborly gesture, but just wanted to let you know it's on May 8th. It's here in the afternoon and into the evening. You might hear a little bit of noise like you did with the UCPD, but nothing major. We try to very nicely let them know that, you know, we go to bed at a certain time, and this is your home, and we want to make sure that they are cognizant of that. So I had, those are uh, uh, the updates. And one last thing is the Cinco de Mayo lunch. Here, it's a combination of two things. It's the festivities that we have every year for Cinco de Mayo, the lunch, but we are also combining that with the Thrive for 25. So everybody's doing that. The residents from Masonic Home and Acacia Creek, the staff usually have their lunch here, and we're inviting those that are participating in the Thrive for 25 from Acacia Creek as well. So we were going to have a lot of people here in the auditorium and in the patio celebrating and starting off our Thrive for 25. That is it. So hands up if you have any questions. And Ranchu has the mic, and Mary has the mic on this other side. Yes, Jeannie.
Um, Before we get off of the subject of the dining room on holidays, when we do have a holiday and just on those holidays when we're having two seatings, can we please have some temporary folding chairs in that waiting area so people are not standing for as much as 45 minutes?
We can, Kate, we will let them know to put some more seating. But remember, if your seating time is going to be noon, you don't want to come at 11 o'clock and sit there for an hour. There will be plenty of food and there will be
Okay,
plenty of
but it
room,
would
but,
be- yeah.
but we could put some there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's been a problem every time we had the split seating. There has not been places for people to safely sit.
Okay.
And just for that time, and then the chairs go away.
Yeah, we can do that. We can make that happen. Richard,
I was wondering,
it's on.
okay. I was wondering on the fifth floor, Adams Building, floors, do we have a assigned time yet?
Well, we have a date, May 5th we start, and we start with the first two at the end, and they will receive, you will get 2 weeks before your time, you will get a notice saying what day, what time. Yes. Oh, you will be one of the last ones because you're at the end. So we start from the back, okay?
So that, I'm getting a little slow, so I'd like to have something clarified. Is it just for special occasions that we're going to have to register? Or
For the
regular-
dining room?
The regular,
Brunch? No.
we don't have.
No, it's only for Easter, Mother's Day, and Thanksgiving brunch. Those are the only three brunches that you will have to make a reservation in two different times, and we will let you know ahead of time. We missed that boat this time.
And the second thing is, don't forget bingo on Thursdays and Saturdays.
Okay, Richard, I'm gonna start charging you for that, okay?
So then I think Richard asked the same thing that I'm thinking. If you're not bringing guests, you still have to register that you're going to be there at 11 or at 12.
Yes, because we want to make sure that there is a table for everyone, because remember, those are really, really busy times. Only for those three brunches. All the other rest of them, you don't have to do that. Barb?
I'm Barb Brown, and I've been here, we're into our 9th year now. And Renina Nunes, who was in charge of medical building, has taken care of us in all that time. And we never got a chance to say thank you for the work that she did in getting our glasses frames, getting our lenses, our hearing aids, for correcting the mistakes that Palo Alto Medical Foundation did in coding, what they would charge us. And we were able to get some money back because of her help. I just wanted to say thank her. Perhaps I could have her address or something, you write her a note, because I missed the fact she just disappeared and I didn't get a chance to say thank you.
And that's hard, right? We want to
Yes, it
put
is.
closure. So I have, Maribel is here. We can't really give you her address because that's something that we cannot do. But if you would like to write a note for her, a little card or what have you, we could put it all in an envelope. I will give it to Maribel or Lynn, and she will make sure that she gets it. Absolutely. I think that's a great idea.
Jeff, changing the subject. The the front door, the entrance, our marvelous, beautiful entrance, the pillars and the steps coming up. Is that ambiance going to change with what you're doing? I hope not. The front
Oh, the
desk.
front desk? Oh, no. The front desk, the only thing that's going to change is the countertop. You know how the countertop goes all the way around, all the way sort of like a half moon type of thing? On the end, not at the entrance part, but at the other side by my office, on that end, it's about this much that we're going to lower it. So when people come up in a power chair, they can talk to Irma, to Lena, to Ola at their level instead of going, oh, by the way, because it needs to have that level. Nothing is going to change. Actually, the countertop it's beautiful. We saw it. It's a white granite type, and it looks gorgeous. And it's just going to have that small piece that's going to lower. It's not going to look bad at all.
Note to Jeff before I forget, the thistles are blooming.
The thistles are blooming. Yeah. Okay. So we had this meeting with Terry when Tuesday, yesterday, and she also said the thistles are blooming. And yes, if you notice from the curb, they're about a quarter, not halfway, but a quarter already done with thistles, and they have to be very careful because if you remember correctly, a while back they decided to chop everything. So that's why that company is no longer here, because they went down and they just cut everything. So now they're really doing their due diligence to cut the thistles. And, those just grow like crazy. And they put some kind of killer, but it's still, we want to make sure that we do it, our due diligence, that all that fern that's there or all the greenery, it's not being chopped. And so it is, but we are working on it. The landscape company knows that they take a chunk every time until we get to the end. But there's lots. There's lots of thistles. Yes, lots of acreage to go through. But yes, we're working on it. Anybody else? Oh, I was just about to say, oh, okay.
Okay, while we're on the subject of thistles, going down today, I did notice that most of them are being removed from the uphill.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the road, they're 8 feet tall, well, at least 5 feet tall.
Yes.
Are we doing anything about getting rid of those so they don't spread back up the hill?
We did that last year. Those are the last ones. So we have in a plan, where do we start? And we move up and then we move down. That will be the last because obviously that doesn't affect as much as the ones up on the hill, but it is a lot of territory to cover. Yes.
With respect to medical building and this change that we've got going, if I get a bill from a specialist that comes directly to me, do I still take it to the lower level and put it in the box? Or is there a different procedure that we'll have?
Same thing, same procedure, put it in the box, and Kathy will take care of it.
Very few of you know me. New. I have some professional expertise about organizations, about hospital administration, home health care, about nursing homes, was as a trained political scientist and economist, I taught. I was probably the only one in the world in that area taught at 3 schools of public health. So I've watched this. This is what I have to say. I think this organization and what it does, and what it gives in food, service, money, response is fantastic. It is probably the best in the world.
I agree.
You heard it direct from me. I have one complaint. Complaint. Thank you. Somebody should know it. It's so obvious. Look around. This is a meeting of longtime members of this organization, many of whom are old, some of whom are losing their minds, some of whom are without minds to begin. There is no attention paid to newcomers. None. None. I have been here a member since January. I can't even get my mail. I can't find out what's going on. I don't hardly understand, nor does this organization put energy into explaining to newcomers why you have so many groups doing separate things with separate staff and very few people integrating the knowledge of these specialists. This is unfortunate to me, not for me. I can handle it. I've been here many times in many different settings beyond the United States. I am concerned about the message that comes from this organization to the world at large. I think you have here the potential model for future organizations like this. But you're not attempting to reach non-members enough, only through the Masons. And the Masons are good. and I am a Mason.
Thank you, Cy. Really appreciate that, and we'll take that under consideration for the newcomers. We will make sure that everybody is integrated in the community. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, with that said, I'm gonna say thank you to everybody. Just one quick, this is personal. As I told you at Fireside Chat, I went on vacation. My grandson had a culture shock. Definite culture shock, but he loved it. But anyways, I just wanted to share that because I know I had shared that he was going with me on my trip. He came back safe and sound, but in a totally different world. So anyways, thank you for letting me share. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next month.
Wait, stay right there.